Tennessee Titans. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time, and the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis.
And Carson Wentz made the move from Philadelphia to Indianapolis back in mid-February, and although his last season as an Eagle, not one that he wants to remember, he's now reunited with his former offensive coordinator and current Colts head coach Frank Reich, and gets to play behind one of the best offensive lines in football. A great place to resurrect his career.
And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and third with Tennessee.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Rolling to his right. Man open, here is Jones. And it's a Titans touchdown. Julio Jones, 26 yards. And the Titans have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did, but there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a go.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hines. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep, Chester Rogers. Yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive, and they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Ferkser here. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep for the Colts, Nyheim Hines. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And some room to maneuver. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. 73 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. Now Wentz again. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. "39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On second down, here's Henry. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style, too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Now a handoff to Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
And just 19 sacks as a team last year, the 3rd lowest in the NFL. Yet this team still made the playoffs. With better pass rushes we just saw there, this team could have a longer stay as they seek a Super Bowl title.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Tannehill. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
And those are the types of plays that Kenny Moore wants to make more of, because he's really starting to make a name for himself, and many know him as a terrific blitzer from the nickelback position. Undrafted out of Valdosta State, he is a ball hawk as well, and he led the Colts with 4 picks in 2020.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Complete to Hilton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him now to this point. 4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. Now Wentz. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jack Doyle taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Johnson now returning. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little.
Julio Jones all alone. 20, 10, touchdown Titans. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards. What a first half this has been off. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are able to add on to their first half lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back, but in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio jump, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry from a yard away bowling his way in. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and a defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. On 2nd and inches, Wentz. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Wentz. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. Wentz going to throw. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Badgley able to punch this one through. And he'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. The left side completion to Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? As we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter, and it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Again to Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And down right around the 37. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
58, right over there.
Here's Tannehill. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Second and 10. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's second down. Now Tannehill. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Derrick Henry. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Darius Leonard, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. He's got the tight end Ferkser right side complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense. And guys want to be in.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will extend this big lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the handoff, Taylor. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Second and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line. Throwing on first is Wentz. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. To throw is Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. Touchdown, Colts! Mo Alley Cox from 10 yards out. And the Colts gain a bit of respectability. Extra point by Badgley up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now, and he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the 2nd level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 26. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
A.J. Brown is starting to get a well-deserved reputation as one of the top flight receivers in the NFL. Went over 1,000 yards in his first 2 years. Makes another strong catch there.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Here's Tannehill. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on.
So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4 touchdown passes. They're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The numbers, another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing now is Wentz.
And Wentz is intercepted yet again.
Picked off at the 39. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal. As some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive.
That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee.
A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. A good throw here, finding Pascal. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Wentz. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll check this down to Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Into the red zone. Wentz. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Again, it's Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They find some open field here, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You can't block me. You can't.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And Tannehill's got the first as he slides to a halt. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put